Hello and welcome to Avenging Past 7. Today is 113 of our free-to-play farming guide. And yeah, I missed yesterday. I was up super late on Wednesday night. I woke up super late yesterday, and so I missed yesterday's video. But I didn't miss it. I didn't just miss, not get to record it. I also wished I had recorded it. So, I'm back again today, and I made a mistake the other day. CR Sonic helped point it out, and I didn't even realize it. Um, I didn't realize that this was a leader ability. I don't know why, but I didn't. I didn't realize it. So I have his leader ability at level 5. I'm gonna try not to upgrade that further because I don't need it. We're just gonna focus on the basic and the specials. Oh, sorry. Okay. So I made that mistake. Thanks for calling it out, CR Sonic. And with that, please stick around and hear a word from our sponsor. HelloFresh. We are sponsored by HelloFresh, so please go check them out in the link down below, as well as the description, as well as using the coupon code to get 21 free meals with HelloFresh. HelloFresh Festive Fare Collection features limited time recipes made with seasonal produce and premium proteins. Get out of the post-holiday slump with these elevated winter classics. If you're looking for an easy way to eat well and save money this year, cut back on expensive takeout and delivery and get started with HelloFresh. You'll love how fast, easy, and affordable it is to whip up a restaurant quality meal right in your own kitchen. We're going to be testing out HelloFresh, and we'll be showing off some of their food that we get from them, and seeing, what that's like and how good that food is. I've had friends that have had HelloFresh in the past, and they really enjoyed it. I've thought about it and hadn't taken the plunge until just now. So look forward to those streams, and in these videos, we'll be, showing off different foods and meals that we got from HelloFresh. Let's see, and fast and fresh recipes. HelloFresh's latest line of meals features robust flavors, filling portions, are ready in less than 15 minutes. Enjoy taste and quality done quick with recipes like the Falafel Power Bowl, seared steak and potatoes with béarnaise sauce, or Southwest pork and bean burritos. You'll hear more about them in the following videos, but please go click on the link in the description as well as using that coupon code alongside it and get 21 free meals from HelloFresh. So, I didn't get to make a video on Bad Batch. I might still try and do that later today. We'll see. But at the very minimum, I really did enjoy this week's Bad Batch episode. It felt like a Dave Filoni Bad Batch episode, or like a Dave Filoni Star Wars. Is how I think is like the best description of how that felt. Because Dave Filoni is so good at those, I guess technically meaningless episodes. It did not feel meaningless, but he's really good at those episodes that are just about the character. That's what he's like really good at, and it was a very good episode like that where it's about how these characters relate to Sid. And it's some fun. I mean, I want to say pod racing, but whatever kind of racing it was, a fun racing episode that's just kind of no real fighting. Not, I mean, there were some stakes, but the stakes didn't really feel that high to me because it's like, well, they're gonna save her. Um, it was really cool getting to see Tech kind of really shine and be valuable in a situation where he can't easily be replaced by Echo. Because that's probably one of the most valid complaints that someone could make about this show is Echo and Tech are nearly the same character. That was pointless. Um, and I would agree with that. I mean, the two of them are nearly the same character. Neither one really brings something to the table that the other doesn't. So, I mean, I don't have a problem with either one. They're both awesome characters. But I really liked seeing, but at the same time, we get to see I think it was Tech, start questioning, is Sid going to be more of a danger than a help to them in the future? And I think she will be. I think there will come a point where she becomes more of a danger to them than us help. But you know, it was cool. I enjoyed it. The boss, the big threat from the other side. I don't remember his name, but basically the other version of Sid for the that she was fighting with. He looked so familiar to me, and I don't know why. So if he looked familiar, comment down below. Let me know, what am I remembering him from? Have we seen him before, or have we seen another one of his race before? Because he looked so familiar, and I really don't know why. I really don't. It bugged me through the whole episode, but I didn't go and Google anything. Um, One comment I do want to give a shout out to, because it made me smile. It reminded me why I really enjoy this. And it's from Christian Bradley. Talked about how he really enjoys my content, and he might not always comment, which understandable and fine. It helped. He really enjoys the content and likes seeing where he will be at while following the same guide. If he sticks with it. So Christian, thank you. That is why I try and do this, because should be able to show that off of to new players what the game is like for them, what the game needs to be like for them, and where they will be should they follow this guide or another guide, and what guide should they follow. Because for a new player playing a game like this, there's a lot to the game that you just don't know about, and you won't know about until you find out. And so to have a way to easily know, because I mean, you can like the big YouTubers can tell you, here's what you should do, but they don't always have the time to show you why that is what you should be doing. So like that's what I enjoy doing and trying to do is like, here's what it's like if you do it. Here's the struggles you're going to go through. Here's the struggles I went through, and here is you know my thoughts on how to do it better. Which by the end of this, maybe after level 85, I could give some thoughts on what could be better, what could be done better, what could be done different. I don't have a lot of thoughts right now because actually, my main thought, my main issue with the APGains farming guide is simply that it took me up to level 81 to get Grandmaster Yoda and Emperor Palpatine. Which, to get both of them, I can understand. But to even get one of them, I feel like I went 80 levels. I went 100 days, and I did not have a full team, which meant that I struggled in Grand Arena a whole lot more, and missed out on a lot of farming capabilities from Grand Arena. So my suggestion to a new player would be to farm this team from the get-go. Replace Jolie with Old Ben. But to farm a Jedi team with Old Ben, Anakin, Ahsoka, and Mace, really, to be able to get Grandmaster Yoda. And once you have a good Jedi team, hopefully you can start working on Jolie. But once you have a good Jedi team and you unlock Yoda, start going for, do I have him here? An Imperial Troopers team. And once you have an Imperial Troopers team, grab Palpatine. And from there, I would say the APGains farming guide probably works really well, because then you have two good teams, and you can start working on your auxiliary teams. You can start working on your core 8. You can start working on your rebels and work towards CLS. You can start working on your more important Empire characters like Mara Jade. You can start working on your Geos. But getting a solid team together as quickly as possible will make the game more fun. It'll help you get through Galactic War a lot easier, so then you can collect all of those rewards and start farming those characters. I mean, look at Galactic War. For one, ships. It gives you 3 ships 3 times a day that you can buy. Well, technically. Um, Zeb. At some point you're gonna need Zeb. Here's how you get him. Cad Bane is a useful bounty hunter. Tebow, Poggle, Captain Phasma, Magma Trooper. There are characters in here that you want to collect. But if you're not maxing your Galactic War abilities, you're not going to be able to get them as quickly. So that's what I would change if I was, gonna go through and make my own and compare it to his, or make my own based off of his guide. On my current knowledge of the game, by having 3 accounts that have all gone through this now, that's my focus, is getting you up to level 85. The best way possible is first have a good team that can clear Galactic War. And Bastila Shan Jedi is one of the best that can do it. Now, Imperial Troopers is another. Imperial Troopers comes across a couple more walls that Bastila would not. A couple more counters that Bastila would not struggle against. But yeah, with my alt account, that's what I did. Is I focused on Jedi, then Imperial Troopers, and now I'm focusing on Geos and other things. Now that I have those 2 core teams to my roster. Now he's not Imperial Troopers is not a core team for APGains, but for me, I feel like it is, because if you build them right, you can clear almost any team with Imperial Troopers. Now, you can't put them on defense, but you don't want to put them on defense. You want them to be on offense. Now, Bastila Jedi you could put on defense. And as you know, you're not going to do super well in your early Grand Arena battles anyways. This is your first time doing Grand Arena once you hit level 85. And I'm level 81, and I really only have 2 teams. And even then, I think I really only have 1 team, and I'm level 81. So hopefully I can get it together and, collect enough to have at least 2 teams when I hit level 85, but that's unlikely. And I'm level 81 right now. So the goal is not to be able to win Grand Arena your first time. Your goal is to get through the farming guide. And when you get to Grand Arena, hopefully you have some stuff built up that you're a competition. You can compete, but you're not going to be dominating. You got to get through these teams, and these teams take time to get through. I'm level 81, and I'm still working on phase 2. Or is it phase 3? Where am I? That's Big Cam. Yeah, I'm still working on phase 2. So, don't expect to have a lot I expect, and I'm saying this because I expected to be, really set up by the time I hit 85 and was entering Grand Arena. And I'm not going to be. I'm just not. Which is okay. It's okay. There's not much you can do about it. And it's not against APGains on that. That is not against him, because it's about the shard drops. It's about the RNG. And that's how it is. I love this game. It's really fun to play. It gives you, 3 times a day if you log in. You can get through your dailies. You can get through. You can do a couple refreshes. You can get through some stuff, and most days there's just logging in, doing a couple things that you do every day, and logging out, and you get to see some Star Wars stuff. Um, Other days are you can put a lot more time into it and work on unlocking Chewbacca, unlocking C-3PO, finishing your CLS team, unlocking a Galactic Legend, which I don't know, I don't know if I'll ever get there. I don't know if I'll get there before the game dies. And I do hope if this game ever does die that they do replace it with something similar. I do. There are things about this game that kind of make it not as fun now that it's so many years in. And you can definitely see the age on this game now. But it is Star Wars, and Star Wars fans will always love Star Wars. Which means they'll always be passionate about Star Wars. Which is why so many times, we are the fan base that loves to hate itself. Or hate against itself. And it's because it's the same, it's very similar with Lord of the Rings. Um, with Star Wars, with even with Marvel and DC, because when you have a IP that has gone on and lived for so long, you get to a point where my conviction was all, or my story was always like with Boba Fett. With Boba Fett, you had he was in Star Wars Special, Holiday Special. He was in Empire. He was in Return of the Jedi. That was it. But he was also in the toys. And so you have thousands of children playing with the Boba Fett toys, making up their own stories. So when someone says Boba Fett would never do that, no, but Boba Fett would never act like that, it's because to them he wouldn't. To them, Boba Fett never would have been like that, because to them, Boba Fett always won the fight. Boba Fett only ever lost to Luke or to Han. That's why they say that, because to them they have thousands of hours of playing with that toy where they have history with that character, that they know how Boba Fett would act, because they played with Boba Fett. They ran, they flew on the Slave One with Boba Fett. And it's the same thing for comic books, for Lord of the Rings. I mean, maybe not as much with the toys, but with the fantasizing, with the reading through stories, and, you know, all you're getting with comics are a picture and a couple words. So a lot of it is your own imagination that you add in. And so, at the same time as Boba Fett would act like the way he does in Book of Boba Fett, because the only canon stories we have of Boba Fett, he acts like that. At the same time, Boba Fett would never act like that, because there are 40 years of history with Boba Fett where he doesn't act like that, whether they're canon or not, whether they were in a book or in a child's mind. That's how it is. Now, you can't have every person input how a character would act on screen based off of their childhood experience. But there are plenty of books and comics that show how Boba Fett would act, and as well as the mass expectation of Boba Fett is awesome. He's a bounty hunter. He's not really a protector. But I'll leave it at that. Y'all have a great day. Let me know down in the comments what you think about anything that I talked about Boba Fett, about that bad guy in the Bad Batch episode, and whatnot. I will see you next time. Today is Friday. There is a Grand Arena tonight. We'll see if I have time to live stream. I would like to. It has been a while. I got to finish out a couple more live streams for the HelloFresh sponsorship. There's a few more requirements I have to fill out for that. But y'all check out HelloFresh. Alright, we will finish that out there. May the force be with you.